Okay, guys, okay, slightly different intro compared to the normal. We deep undercover in Bandai HQ because we're doing Operation Vibe Check. And you're probably wondering what the fuck that is. So I'm going to break it down to you. We got 3 criteria going on right now of the new reveals that Bandai keep be dropping. 1. The artwork. The artwork better be clean on these new reveals. You know what I'm saying? Because you know me, I'm all about vanity. When my dad be blinging, it better be blinging. Ooh, better keep it down. Keep it low key, getting too excited. 2. Are the effects even good? Because I ain't in the mood to be running trash, and I'm sure that you guys don't want to be running trash either. 3. Are we going to be actually running these cards in our builds? Being important here, Bandai be dropping the support, and I ain't in the mood for freaking pack filler. No way. So if this is a video for you, as we keep it low key and see what big Bandai be cooking, make sure you subscribe and turn the notification bell. If you're new to the channel, like what you see, make sure you get your undercover gear on, subscribe to the notification bell, and let's get going. Because we already freaking late. Right, let's do it. Okay, Operation Vibe Check in session, and today we're looking over the new Pulsemon line because you know I'm a Pulsemon fiend up in here, and the new support that is being given in BT20 is looking hella sexy. So, as standard, we look over the card art, the effects, and is it actually going to be beneficial for the deck? So, further ado, let's begin. So first off, we go in with the new Pulsemon, and I absolutely love this Pulsemon because it actually adds quite a lot of speed to the deck, because obviously when digivolving, we can digivolve on top of a BBmon or a level 2 with Seeker in trait. So kind of gives us a bit of a hint that we are going to get a form of egg, which is going to have Seekers in there. I've got a feeling that it's probably going to lean towards the Fenriloogamon line, so another Boutmon, which is a bit annoying because I feel like it'd be great if we did actually get another BBmon, which could kind of essentially work for both decks, but we see what happens. But what we can see here, let me get rid of this freaking privacy notice, don't want any of that. But your turn. When this Digimon would digivolve into a Digimon card with Pulsemon in text or Seekers in trait, reduce digivolution cost by 1. The reason why this is actually really big is because with the Pulsemon line, obviously our whole gimmick is being at the Suite 3, and we do get a lot of benefits from being at 3. aka Runamon's quite a good card in regards to actually using this whilst we are at 3, because that's a free Evo, which is dirt cheap right there. Having a free Evo into a champion is amazing memory value for us to kind of go into our ultimate and then possibly go into our Kazuchimon being the thing and stalling / controlling the game there. Also, its inheritable is rather interesting and quite cool on what particular control elements it can actually add to the battle, is because all turns, once per turn, when this Digimon would delete one of your opponent's Digimon in battle, gain a memory. So, because we do have Leon that ables to grant us blocker, it means that the opponent can't just swing in with a low-level Digimon in that sense. It has to be something over over our Kazuchimon or whatever stack we have out, which then, you know, puts them in a bit of an awkward predicament, because realistically, if we delete their Digimon, we're gaining memory, which is good. All turns is one of my favorite wordings here, because it just gives you a lot of plays that you can do, which the opponent can just slip up on. We do obviously have other Digimon that effectively have the same inheritable, so realistically we could be gaining 2 memory back for us just blocking an opponent's swing. So it really adds a nice bit of control element in terms of, you know, what the opponent's got to do. Realistically, they've got to kind of delete our stack, otherwise we're gaining 2 memory and we can possibly control tempo there. So let's obviously, ability wise, bang, absolutely fantastic, adds a lot of speed. Artwork, I really do like this artwork. I'm very happy that also it is a yellow and green, so it kind of fleshes out the whole Pulsemon rookie lineup, which is fantastic. But the artwork's cute. I always love the personality of Pulse, and I think that's what really draws me to the actual deck. It's just his overall personality. Really kind of, I don't want to say he looks cocky, but he looks very confident in his own abilities, and he will go hard, and also go home with the dub. So overall, artwork on point. I really like what the artist has done here. Does it boost the deck? Definitely. So passes that vibe check for real, which is what we want.
So let's go over to now Bulkmon. So first off, let's just go over the artwork on this one. Artwork, love the pose of Bulk. It looks like he's smashing glass, which then you can kind of see Lugamon kind of in the fragments there, which is quite cool. I always like Bulkmon's design, even like on the BT6, we're doing a sure you can, absolutely going in hard and, you know, breaking glass jaws. So overall artwork clean, love the penmanship, love the actual posing of Bulkmon, really represents the character here. So let's have a look at his overall abilities of what this brother is cooking. So Digivolve on top of a Pulsemon or a level 3 with Seekers traits for the cost of 2. Otherwise, it's going to cost you 3 to Digivolve. It does it either on top of a green and purple. So a lot of range of what this Digimon can actually evolve on top of. On play and when Digivolving, if you have 3 or more security cards, you may add the top security card to your hand. So we have ways to essentially almost draw 2. Because obviously we're going to Evo, draw, and then trigger the when Digivolving, get the top card of our security, happy days. And we can actually stack our security quite nicely there as well. So really good kind of plays that we can kind of cook up. Then, if you have 2 or fewer security cards, recover 1. So once again, it stabilizes us back to being at that sweet 3. The fact that this actual Digimon has 6,000 DP is quite nice right there. And also that all turns, we obviously same as the Pulsemon level 3. So what do I think to the ability? Ability is safe. It works with the overall Pulsemon gimmick. Obviously, it gives us some additional draw power, as well as restabilizing back up to 3. And that inheritable, stacking that up, is going to be working in our favor for when we want to be either stealing turn or keeping turn, being the thing. So, vibe check approved on my bad boy. 2 vibe checks, we Pulsemon doing all right. So let's go over to now Boutmon. Boutmon artwork. Fucking banging, bro. I love the pose. Coming in like Deku, man. He's ready to just absolutely take out a draw. Really love the artwork. Love the vivid colours as well. I think that really works really well with this. And just, once again, really showcases Boutmon and what it's all about. So, already passing that vibe check straight away. So, let's go over the actual abilities of what this brother does. Because it's quite interesting in the direction of how Boutmon has evolved. Obviously, off the recent Boutmon that we do have, it kind of has a bit of pseudo protection. This kind of has the similar thing, but with fortitude, which is quite interesting and gives us a way to be a bit more sticky on the board. So it does evolve top of a level 4 Pulsemon in text or Seeker in trait for the cost of 3, which is great. Obviously for us, it's just pure memory efficiency right there. If not, Evo's on top of a green or purple Digimon, so it can work in the kind of Luga package if you want to obviously take him there. It does have Fortitude, which once again, Fortitude is good. So the Fortitude is that if it was be deleted, what you would do, you would replay it out again without its sources. So sources go in the trash. Boom, you get to replay it out again, which is pretty awesome, as that bit of sticking power. And then the all turns, which this is where it's going to be interesting in terms of what Bandai are cooking in regards to the new tamer, which hopefully is going to be a dual tamer, is that when tamer cards are placed in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, one of your opponent's Digimon can't activate when Digivolving effects to the end of their turn. That is really freaking solid, because it means that if they try to ace, it don't matter. It don't matter. You're gonna ace, you don't get your Digivolving effects, and most likely we're gonna be swinging into you. So I think this is a very solid disruptive control based card. The fact that we do have Fortitude is quite nice as well, but the fact that it's got that all turns when tamers are placed underneath makes me believe that there's going to be a unique gimmick in terms of what tamer we're going to be getting and how that's going to interact on the opponent's turn. Because all the Mind Link tamers don't necessarily tuck under on the opponent's turn. So be interested to see what they're going to be doing there. Then, the inheritable is that when this Digimon deletes one of your opponent's Digimon in battle, trash a top card of their security. This is nice, but we need to be making sure that we are actually getting the value of us just going in and attacking their Digimon to obviously get that trash. So we're not necessarily losing speed, because we're still controlling the opponent's field by deleting their Digimon. 9 times out of 10, we're going to be suspending them, and we're going to be swinging into them. And because we don't necessarily have anything that's got piercing, what it means is that we're just essentially going to do one check. The thing that I like, obviously we'll have 2 Boutmons. We'll have BT17 Boutmon, which I think it's BT17. So yeah, or 16. Can't quite remember off the top of my head. but that Boutmon effectively, you know, enables us to trash the security and then restand and swing again. So that's where essentially we would kind of have either the ability to do 2 checks or swing into your opponent, get rid of that threat, unsuspend, trash our security, and swing into the opponent's security, and then effectively we do a check there. So it's not necessarily slowing us down per se, but it's just another way to make sure that we're not necessarily, you know, we're not slower than what we already kind of are. Because Kazuchi can be a little bit slow at times, but when it gets going, it gets going. So overall, solid level 5 for the deck. For real. I like how it can kind of interject with the Luga package there as well. Might be some spice that they can cook in with. Yeah, vibe check approved right there. No, not a problem. It definitely helps out the deck. So let's go over to the recent reveal, which is going to be the new Kazuchimon. It is a rare. The artwork, what do I think to it? Not my favourite, I'm not going to lie. It just looks a bit static, but I feel like that's how, like, even the regular Kazuchi from the previous the SR version kind of looked a bit similar. I suppose it was a bit more dynamic, but this just looks just kind of stood, just gazing into this. There's nothing really wow about it. It's not really excited me per se. So I'm gonna have to fail on the vibe check on that. And I know people might grill me on it, but I just don't know. It's just not really showing much of what Kazuchimon is, in all honesty. But the effects are quite spicy, and let's talk about it. So, Evo for level 5 Pulsemon in text or secret trait for the cost of 3. Good. We want that memory efficiency right there. It's got fortitude as well, which once again, nice bit of sticking power. It does have a when Digimon effect, which is obviously common with the Kazuchimon line, and that's when you are able to suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, or Tamers, which, let's just put a pause there. I love that we have some Tamer disruption. I feel like a lot more decks need some form of Tamer disruption, and I feel like we're starting to see that with, say, like, Jesmon. You know, we've got Systemon CL Awaken, which has that Tamer disruption. We need more of that because, God, freaking hell, sometimes Tamers are just uninteractable. So it's just like they're just literally popping off and you can't necessarily do anything about it. The fact that this gives us an option is gorgeous. Then to top it off, then one of their Digimon or Tamers can't unsuspend until the end of their turn. Beautiful. Absolutely strong. We like that bit of control. All turns. Over all turns. When a Tamer, when Tamer cards are placed in the Digimon's Dissolution cards, activate one of this Digimon's when Digiroll with effects, which obviously be just a repeat of the one above. Then one of your Digimon may attack their opponent's Digimon, which is a common trait with Kazuchimon. The previous SR does the exact same thing, which is nice. So the fact that we can kind of reproc this again on all turns, which obviously leads me to believe that whatever Tamer we're getting is going to be like triggered on all turns. I don't know how they're going to do it. It'd be interesting to see what they do. Might be, I couldn't necessarily be a new keyword, but it's very interesting in terms of like this whole when Tamer cards be placed under, because effectively, you know, say Fortitude pops off, what's going to happen is I'm going to trash all those sources and they go in the trash. So 9 times out of 10, we may have a Leon underneath our main stack. Or, obviously, this new Tamer, it might be that it has a trash effect where you can just literally pull it out of trash and put it back under your Digimon. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But overall, I kind of like how it's going because effectively you can just suspend another of their Digimon or their Tamers, really just locking down the board so they can't necessarily do anything, which is very spicy. And then the inheritable, all turns, once again, when your security stack is removed, if this Digimon has Fenriloogamon in name, recover one. Beautiful. This works with both of the new Fenriloogamon support that we had in terms of the Tamazaguchi, or however you pronounce it, because the thing that I was kind of concerned about with the new Ace that we got is that we're trashing cards from our security, but we're not necessarily recovering. So we're just putting ourselves in a very, like, we're basically burning ourselves and not necessarily getting too much from the opponent's security. But now with this, I feel like, yeah, we can maximum control whilst not actually burning ourselves out, which is great. And it works fantastic with the old Fenriloogamon as well, because effectively we're going to be going aggressive, but we can then be just recovering, but we can be absolutely burning their security out, you know, effectively, depending on obviously how our inheritables are. If we're using the BT17 bout, what that essentially means is that, you know, we're able to unsuspend trash a security, recover one, and then be able to then burn it with our Fenriloogamon, but then we're burning 2 security off of theirs. So it means that we're not essentially putting ourselves in a lethal range, where obviously the opponent can kind of run away and just, you know, freaking make an absolute comeback. So overall, what I think, Brother is a great level 6. Definitely, if you're running it in pure, without a doubt, I think it's definitely going to be spicy. Well, depending on obviously what the new tamer is going to be doing. This could be easily a 3-of. I think 3-3 split is kind of comfortable at the moment. We're running with the old one. Artwork though, think about it, I know this brother's not going to get an alt either, so I'm going to have to put up with this. Which is unfortunate. It's just artwork for me that just kind of lets it a bit down. But it's overall affecting everything else banging. So it does pass vibe check, just needs to work on that artwork, unfortunately. So now let's just kind of talk over this. This I want to kind of break over, because obviously we have now an option that we can effectively do a Pulsemon. We could do more of a Pulsemon direction in terms of a DNA deck to go into our top end. The only issue is with this is it's a great card. Like, what it does, it is good, but it doesn't have Pulsemon in text anywhere. So in order for us to search this, we can't, unless we actually run the new Fenriloogamon level 3, because there's literally nothing. We can't search by Seekers. We have not even a Pulsemon that actually can search by Seekers. Our Hacker's Pride doesn't search by that trait, which is really annoying. It's really annoying. If it had just a Pulsemon text somewhere, fantastic. Like, it'd be a great pseudo level 6 that we can actually run into if we want to go in a DNA direction. But unfortunately, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. So once again, I feel like it's kind of pandering more to the Loogamon direction, or obviously this new kind of build that they're going with, which realistically I think needs maybe a second wave of support if they want to build something with Seekers. It might be that we just get some more Seeker stuff that might be rolling around Dorumon. You know, we don't necessarily know what we're kind of cooking here. But overall, it is good. I mean, its Vintage Rolling effect is that you may play 1 level 4 or lower SOC or Seekers trait Digimon from your trash without paying the cost. And the fact that effectively what you can be doing is that, once again, the all turns able to tuck a tamer and then trigger its Vintage Rolling effect, and then one of your Digimon attack a player. It is like, how does that work? like, because obviously we're then attacking. Yeah, this new tamer is going to be something weird, because it's the fact that we can attack on the opponent's turn, technically, from what I'm saying, unless there's the rule in of like, no, you can't, because it's the opponent's turn. But from there, it's saying one of your Digimon can attack the player, and it is all turns. It's weird. Drop a comment in the box, see what you guys thinking on that one. Instant Inheritable is also great as well. All turns, when any of your opponent's Digimon are deleted, this Digimon has Fenriloogamon in name, trash the top card of your opponent's security. Banging. Once again, fantastic. It can even evo on top of a Boutmon, because obviously it's going to have Seeker trait. It's going to, you know, any of our yellow Digimon, boom, if we don't even have that right Boutmon with the Seeker trait, it can obviously evo for the cost of 4, which is sick. I just wish it had just Pulsemon in text somewhere, and this would be flying. Like, realistically, the old Fenriloogamon probably works more better for us being able to kind of incorporate it into the engine, because we can search it out. Because it does have the Pulsemon in text, but hey ho, it does have Scapegoat there as well. So overall, it's an alright card. Artwork I do like the artwork. I must admit, it's nice. does pass the vibe check. Does pass the vibe check. So let's talk about this one here. So Fenriloogamon Ace. I can't pronounce the freaking last name, unfortunately, guys. So what I think to the artwork, I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited to see what the art says. I'm excited to see the art. It looks very cramped. It looks very like cramped. But it is obviously just the reg art. But he does look cramped in there. Like let the dog out. Let the dogs out. I'm gonna call DMX. So with this, my issue when I initially saw this from the reveals is that there is no way to reduce the memory if you was running this in a pure Pulsemon line. And this is how this video is going. It's more on the Pulsemon line direction being the thing. So, I mean, it is still possible to have 6 memory. Like, that's not a problem. But 9 times out of 10, our sweet spot in terms of memory, if we have the right tamer setup, is usually 5. So if we are either into this, we are going to be passing turn. The other issue that I looked at is that the inevitable that we have with the new line, we gain memory from battle. We're not battling. Like we're not battling. If anything, they're going to be deleted before they even commence the battle. Because on play when Digivolving, 2 of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 10 KDP to the minus 10 KDP for the turn. Then, if a tamer card is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent's 10,000 DP or lower Digimon. So once again, there's going to be no battling happening. Like 9 times out of 10, this brother is wiping shit out. He's wiping. He's a really good board clearer, for real. Then, when attacking, by trashing the top card of your security, activate one of this Digimon's when Digivolving effects. So once again, you just repeat it again. So there's going to be 2 Digimon that are going to have minus 20 KDP. That's just an absolute nuke. And then we can possibly delete another Digimon with 10 KDP or less, which is a powerful effect. But like I say, before we actually had the new Kazuchimon, I was like, this brother, we're just burning on security because they're way to damn re-heal. Which is great, and that's why I preferred the old version, is because we actually had ways to at least gain memory, heal, and then go hard. Which came nice, and also we could remove a big threat, being the thing. So at that time in the meta, it was kind of just single stack, boom, coming out kind of vibe. Whereas now it is a lot more wider, so this does obviously work fantastic in regards to just deleting multiple bodies. And now that we do have the new Kazuchi, it definitely does work quite nice with that. But I do feel like it's sometimes, I don't know, like a little bit counterintuitive in terms of we gain memory by battle, by deletion of battle, and this ain't doing that. But it is an ace option. Obviously, we don't necessarily have to go into this. Obviously, we can reap the rewards from our Kazuchimon line in order for us to kind of gain that memory and so forth. So overall, artwork, it's nice. I'm not saying it's bad. It just looks very cramped in that small space. But, you know, artist's got to work in this tight box. Obviously, we do have the alt art coming, so it can't be too harsh. It does look nice. The effect and ability is great. Like, in terms of its purpose, they went down the direction of clearing the opponent's field, and it does exactly that. So it meets the freaking requirement. So it does pass the vibe check. I just don't know if I would lean more to this instead of the old version, because the thing I do like about Pulse is that at the moment it's not heavily reliant on aces, and so you don't feel like you're getting punished for having an ace. Being the thing, because sometimes, you know, the opponents can just punish you for you just acing, and then they run away with it. And I liked that, like, Pulse has ways to disrupt the opponent's field without necessarily using or needing an ace. Obviously, we do have Fenriloogamon Ace, which is fine, but even that has some form of pseudo protection. So it's not easily kind of removable. And also, we do have Leon, who actually grants it barrier. So as long as it's suspended, it necessarily can't be budged unless you have an option to get rid of it. Whereas this, if you go into this and the opponent can just out it, boom, that's overflow 5, gone. So yeah, that's my only like kind of concern there. But overall, as its intended purpose, it does the job. So vibe check approved. So we've gone over the cards here. So what I want to kind of do is kind of look at like what kind of build, incorporating the new stuff, would I do? And this is just like first draft, seeing what cooking. I kind of just want to kind of briefly walk you through it, because obviously there's going to be a lot of people cooking, and I wanted to kind of give you my chef's blend first. So obviously we do have the BB-Mon, just because, you know, realistically we're going to be tucking Leons and so forth. We want to be gaining that memory. If that was all turns, banging. But unfortunately it's not, and that would be pretty crap. Imagine just gaining memory on the opponent's turn. Sheesh, we're just tucking a tamer through. But obviously we don't know what the new tamer is going to be doing. But still, this is the best egg for a pure Pulsemon driven deck. Obviously we're still running our BT16 Pulse. Unfortunately, it's annoying that it's pure green. If it was yellow, it'd give us a bit more options in terms of what scrambles we kind of want to incorporate in the deck, and that's why I've gone still green, because effectively we can target all of our rookies, being the thing. But obviously for us, we want to make sure that we can search our pieces. It's our core searcher in this deck, because obviously we didn't get another searcher from the recent reveals. Obviously we still want to be running the SR Pulse, just because it's fantastic and what it does. Obviously that all turns getting DP boosts, us getting our tamers out for free, which is great when we push out, and then effectively be able to gain memory or recover. Perfect. Works well with scrambles. Then with the new Pulse, we do just have this at free at the current moment in time. This basically just replaces the promo that I had. I think this is obviously a key target for us to use with scrambles, just because for us just to kind of cheat back up efficiently is going to be working in our favor right there. And also that inheritable, once again, strong. So now going over to the level 4s, we're still running the Namakimon, just because its effect is just cracked. Digivolve, having protection on that is huge, because realistically that's how they get around Fortitude. So we want to make sure that we have ways to prevent that from happening. And also minus DP, want to make sure we can prevent that. And also options to give our stuff blocker and reboot. Blocker is going to be important, because effectively what that means is that when those inheritables from the new line, it means that we have an option to block, we have an option to still turn. Happy freaking days. So very strong card. We want to run that free. We still run the old bulk here, just because this can kind of come clutch. That minus DP, once again, helpful in regards to getting rid of floodgates, and also being able to suspend one of your opponent's Digimon regardless of level is also huge. And the all turns, if we do have the Leon underneath, if a security stat was trashed, it means that we can effectively recover. So once again, it's kind of a bit of a pseudo, I don't want to say pseudo jamming, but it's basically makes us a lot more easier to kind of swing in and not actually lose any security or a body, let's just say. So then with the new line, we just have that at free currently. Like I say, we could shift up the ratios, but I do feel like Namakimon is still quite a good target, just to ensure that we do have ways to prevent our Digimon from being removed or de-digivolved. But this is just really helpful for us in order for us to kind of get stuff from our top of our security, and also then recover being the thing. So realistically what it could mean is that we can restabilize back up to 3 if we was at 0, if we was at 1, because effectively we push out with our SR Pulse, we recover back up to 2, we'd Evo back up to this, and then we recover back up to 3. Great ways to restabilize and keep in the game. Inevitable, perfect. Now going over to level 5s. Level 5s, this is still kind of up for debate, but I think Climbmon is still pretty solid in this list, because there's some kind of cool things that you can do in order to effectively build out wide and have 2 level 5s out on the field. Because what it means is that if we're at essentially 3, or if we're at, let's just say we're at the solid 3, we're able to trigger both of these effects out, we're able to draw 2, trash 1, perfect, and then we're able to play out a Pulsemon with Pulsemon text with 6,000 DP or less, so we can be able to get into a throw out champion, which is going to be perfect for us. And then at the end of your opponent's turn, it deletes. So the thing here is that obviously Fortitude goes based on deletion, so it doesn't necessarily mean that Fortitude is based on the opponent deleting you. It's just if it's deleted, we have to replay it out. So what that means is that if you Evo, or so let's just say you throw out a Bulkmon, and then from there, Evo into this boy, what that means is that end of turn, if they don't deal with it, effectively it will delete, but then we'll just replay out this, which is absolutely fine. So that means we've got 2 level 5s out on the field, or a level 6 and another level 5. It really depends on the memory and the play, which is very strong. Very strong. Sets you up in a very good good position, which is lovely. So overall, solid. And I think that's why Climbon probably still pretty relevant in the list. BT20 Boutmon, once again, very strong. That free Evo combo up with Blinding Ray is just nuts. It's literally, you're going positive on memory and you Evo into one of your big boys. It's exactly what you need. And then the Inheritable, once again, it's a way for that nice bit of aggression while still controlling is going to be sick. Because there is a way that we can further control the field with the cards that we do have. Hopefully I've actually put it in the list, otherwise it's going to be awkward. So then let's go over to the level 6s. So level 6, I've currently at the moment, I've gone 3-3 split on the SR Kazuch. Still an amazing Kazuchimon, just because it enables us to control the field. That blanket minus security on all Digimon, so even if it was like hybrids, they would still be affected by this if they wasn't originally out on the field, which is once again helpful. The fact that we're able to suspend one of the opponent's Digimon is once again playing towards the game plan of us further controlling. And then on top of that, at the end of turn, if we're at 3 or more security, we're able to minus 6 KDP off our opponent's Digimon. And then if we're at 3 or fewer, we're able to recover. Once again, recover is important. And then we're able to attack one of the opponent's Digimon. Beautiful. So very solid Kazuchimon right here. Love the freaking alt art. And then, like I say, we actually are running the new Kazuchi, and I'm kind of hoping that the new tamer is going to be doing something pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, but regardless, it's still a very solid card because it does have the Fortitude. It does have the, once again, suspending Digimon and tamers is huge. It can really thwart some awesome like plays from the opponents, which obviously we want to kind of disrupt that once again, and that other layer of control to the deck. And then the alternates, the fact that we could just possibly freaking, realistically suspend another tamer or a Digimon is huge. It does mean though, like, the thing that obviously we've noticed in it is all turns, and it can effectively happen on the opponent's turn. We do have to kind of be wary of how we tuck our tamers in now, because it might be that we have to Evo into Kazuchimon first, and then we tuck, and then from there, that's when we want to obviously just kind of have another different play in order for us to then control the field a little bit further. So we could essentially suspend two of their Digimon, which once again is pretty freaking powerful. So obviously be vigilant on that. Then we go in with the Fenriloogamon original. I still like this one. I still like this one because it just adds a lot of pressure. Realistically, we can do 4 checks with this boy. And this is what I've liked about this deck, is that if you get your opponent to 3 and you go into this and you've kept turn, 9 times out of 10, it's curtains. It's absolutely curtains. Because you level 2, obviously you trash first, swing, check. Obviously at 1, unsuspend with the Boutmon BT17, swing again, trash out security, trash the opponent, you've got game. The fact that we can evo it for the cost of 5 is huge, which is good, and it enables us to kind of recover there as well. And obviously for us to neg 16k off the opponent is once again always solid. The ratios could change, but we do just run 1 as a bit more of a failsafe. It gives us another option, a line of play, which is nice. The fact that we can just hard slam it down if we want to is absolutely fine. And then, like I say, depending on what the other tamer we're going to be getting, seeing what that does, and if it provides any cool inheritables, is going to be pretty awesome. So overall, that's the current lineup for the level 6 and 7s. Then we go in with the options. So we've got Green Scramble, still like this. Just gives us a way to kind of get back into the game if needed. If we do need to kind of throw out one of our Pulsemons, it's going to be good. Obviously, reducing costs, always winning. And then, obviously, if it's platform security, we're able to then play out a Pulse, which, once again, just gives us a bit more board presence. Going with the green, just because, like I say, currently, this is green. So if I did go with yellow, which yellow would be more beneficial because we'll be able to kind of get back our level 7s, which we can't necessarily do with the green one. It does mean that we have full range of what Pulsemon we want to play out or return from trash, which is good. We do run Hacker's Pride at 3, just because it is a cracked card, especially now that we have the essentially this. We can be netting memory even further whilst recovering. Hacker's Judge, Memory Setter, Perfect, Blocker, and Barrier. Same with the Leon, 3/3, and then we run the Blinding Ray. There was one card in here that I've actually taken out, which I want to put back in because I think this is going to be freaking spicy. Is the Lightning Blade, which I originally had at 2, and I can't remember for the life of me what I actually moved out of my other build. I'm trying to think if I'd literally even have that in, and just went a bit more. Definitely another card that I may have taken out here. I'm just trying to think. Might have been that, and I had that at 2. I think that's what my original build would look like. But Lightning Blade, actually, because I thought we would have something that would give us piercing, which would make the new Kazuchimon cracked. It would make it freaking awesome. But we don't. But we do have a card that enables us to have piercing and also additional DP. So we can obviously swing over Digimon, still be aggressive, and technically, if we have the new Boutmon in Source, what that means is that we're able to delete the opponent's Digimon, trash, check, boom, which is awesome. Or just be super aggressive with our, if we was like BT17, effectively we can unsuspend, go into another Digimon, because we could have suspended 2 of the opponent's Digimon, really adding that further control right there. But this was kind of a bit of another spicy tech that you could run in the list. Because while you have a Digimon with armor in its traits, you may use about medium scrammons. Because our line is green, it's not even a freaking problem. But main, one of your Digimon with two or more colors gets 2000 DP and piercing. Our whole freaking top end is 2 or more colors, so it works perfectly. And the fact that it only costs 1 is memory efficient right there. And the thing that you could effectively do before that, realistically, play wise, is say if we have new Pulse, Bulk, and we're currently sitting with, let's just go with this for now. So basically we've got the BT20 Rookie and Champ with the BT17 Pulse. We're currently at 2 memory. We use Lightning Blade, giving it piercing. We evo into this for the cost of 3, so it puts the memory marker at 2 to the opponent. We do always when Digimon first, end of turn. Let's just say we're at 3. We minus 6k off the opponent's Digimon, and we also recover. Then one of your Digimon may attack the opponent's Digimon. We swing into the opponent's Digimon. We pierce through. We then gain 2 memory back because of the BT20 line, and we've also been able to unsuspend and swing into another Digimon, which once again, we've got back turn, and we've removed 2 of their threats. Potentially, could be 1 of their threats being the thing. So there's quite cool little plays that you can do with the Lightning Blade. It's definitely an option that you can take. It's completely up to you. But this is kind of I'm seeing it at the moment until we get the reveal of the new Tamer. Tamer could have piercing for all we know. like we just literally do not know. Imagine if that's security attack. Ooh, that'd be wild. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments, just to kind of a rough build. Like I say, it's not finished, it's not perfect, but this is kind of the angle that I'm looking at. I think Lightning Blade's definitely a nice little cheeky tech there, but you don't necessarily have to run it in. You could just lean more into your Kazuchimon line. But to be honest, I think like this is kind of comfortable. I still value this over the new one, just because naturally we're clearing board anyway. It is a nice good panic button option, but 9 times out of 10 we are literally suspending, swinging to something. That's where this inevitable line is going for Pulsemon. It might be different with the Loogamon line, but you know, let me know in the comments what you think. But guys, Operation Vibe Check over. If you enjoyed the video, smash it like a standard. Stay safe, stay fly. We'll catch you in the next one. D-Dread off the mic.